It's nice to see you this morning. Today, we are going to be talking about text forms and features. Now, before I explain what text forms and features are, I'd like for you to stand up, get ready, and we will play our hello song again. Now, after you move to the hello song, what should you do, boys and girls? Yes, get your books ready and your pencils so that we can go through the lesson together. Welcome back. Before I begin to explain what text forms and features are, I'm going to read this very short story. And our story is called Donald the Dragon. Text by Ruth Corrin. Illustrations by Calvin Hawley. When Donald the Dragon dances, everyone dances. When Donald the Dragon laughs, everyone laughs. When Donald the Dragon scratches, everyone scratches. When Donald the Dragon cries, everyone cries. When Donald the Dragon slides, everyone slides. When Donald the Dragon jumps, everyone jumps. When Donald the Dragon breathes fire, everyone hides. Great. Now that I've finished reading our story, I would like for you to look at the book that we read. The book is called Donald the Dragon. This kind of book is what we call fiction. It is the type of text that is created or written by the author. I will explain more about fiction. Boys and girls, do you know or do you understand what text forms and features are? or what are they? Text forms and features are parts of a book or a text which stands out from the rest of the text or information. Authors or people that are writing these books use text features to give us information to help us understand the text or what the book or story is about. Why are text features important? Because text features can show us information, they can tell us information, they can help us find information, and can be used to organize information. There are two types of books that we will be looking at today. One is fiction and one is called nonfiction. Now, what would you ask? You might be asking, you might be wondering, what is that word? What does fiction mean? And what is a nonfiction book? I'm going to explain a simple way for you to remember the difference between fiction and nonfiction. When you talk about fiction, it is about your imagination. It's about a story. It's not real. It's fun. It has illustrations, characters, and it has a setting. However, when you talk about nonfiction, you think about something real. You're talking about facts. Facts means something that is true. It is full of information. It has photographs or photos which were taken by a real camera. So it wasn't written or drawn by the author, but taken by a real camera. Non-fiction books are about true places and things. Great. Now, I'd like for you to learn more about nonfiction. Nonfiction, remember what I said? It is about real things, real people. I'd like for you to look at this book. I will show you one by one so you can understand. This is a title page. This is the title page of our book. Followed by the title page are contents, or most people would see table of contents. A table of contents shows us what will be inside the book with the page numbers. Now this is another feature of our nonfiction book. Inside the book, you would find headings and subheadings. Also, in this book, it will contain a glossary. A glossary is a list of words that you find in the book. You might not understand what the word means. It would be in bold, so it will be different from every other word that you find in the book. And then you would flip over to the back of the page, and you will find what is this word again? Glossary. Very good. It will have a list of all the words that have been bolded in the book, and it will tell you the meaning or what the word is about. It will give you more understanding about that word. I'd like to show you a poster that I prepared for you today, so that you can easily learn. You will find that it's very easy for you to understand the features or the text forms that is in a non-fiction book. As you can see, non-fiction are books that are about real things, animals, events, and places. So it's not made up. So what that means is the author didn't draw the pictures. The author didn't just imagine a story about a princess and a prince and then draw the pictures and write sentences to make a book. Remember what I said about those books? They are called fiction. Very good. Whereas in a non-fiction book, you would see that it will be about history. It will be about the weather, because you cannot imagine the weather, right? No, you don't make up. Like, you don't wake up in the morning and think, oh, today it's going to rain. Today it's going to be sunny. No, you don't get to make up what the weather is going to be about. It will be about historical people or people from history or from a long, long, long time ago before you were born. It will be about places, so which means books with maps. There will be diagrams. It will be books about holidays, real holidays, about science or investigations. When we talk about science and investigations, it will be about real events. Books about sports. Who likes to play sports? Yeah, me too. I like to play netball, even though I'm not good at it. It will be about animals, like our book here. That is how you know that a book is a non-fiction, because of the features or the text forms that we've been talking about. Now I'm going to ask you a very simple questions, and I hope that you have remembered what we have been going through. Why use text features? Why is it important that we understand text features? Can you remember? What do we mean when we talk about non-fiction books, like the book that I'm holding? This is a non-fiction book. It contains a lot of information. Information about plants, animals, which means it wasn't made up. These are true. This is true information. Why is non-fiction important? Because it will tell you a lot of information that you will need to know about a subject. What are some of the forms of a non-fiction book? Remember what I showed you. A non-fiction book will have a title page, like the one I showed you. A title page, which tells a book's title, author, illustrator, and publisher. Another important feature of a non-fiction book is, what was the big word that we learned today? It will have a content or a table of contents. Contents tells the names of chapters and what page the chapters can be found, or which page. There you go. There's your example. For example, when we want to find where introduced animals is, you will look at European rabbit. It's on page 6. Another important feature of a non-fiction book is photograph or photos. Remember, it's not a photo, it's not a drawing that was drawn by a person, but a real photo that was taken by camera. Well done. Here's an example. Here are some of the animals in this book. And these are real facts and real stories about these animals. Great. The next one is a heading. Remember what I said before about the heading? What does it do? It divides the text into sections and describes what the sections will be about. The heading here is European red fox. In the subheadings, you will see how foxes came to Australia. Why did foxes spread and become a pest? This is an example of a heading, and these are your, what's the word? Subheadings. Very good. Another very important feature of a non-fiction book is that big word there is glossary. Very good. A glossary tells the definitions or meanings of some of the words found in the text. In the text, it has a word which I'm sure that you do not know or understand. I don't know as well. I don't know what that word means. The word is native. Now you go to the back of the page where it says glossary and you look for the letter N. Remember, it's in alphabetical order. So you look for the letter N. There you go. The word native. The word native means belonging to the place in which it was born or grown. Great. Did you get that? Another very important feature or another text form is in the form of an index. What is an index? An index tells what pages the reader can find certain topics. There you go. It will be at the very end. It has an index. Here it's in alphabetical order again. When you want to find the pages, find the topics, and then you can flip through. For example, where can I find bait? I want to find where bait is. You would go to page 7, 9, and 17. There you go. 7, 9, and then page 17. And the last one is bold print. Print. This is a print. There will be words that stand out, or they will be in a different color, or a darker color. If it's in black, it will have a dark colored black. That is what you call bold print. Why would a word be in bold? Yes, it will be in bold when it is an important word or a word that we do not know the meaning.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Every day, every day, every day, in every way, I'm gonna let my little light shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Every day, every day, every day, in every way, I'm gonna let my little light shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Every day, every day, every day, in every way, I'm gonna let my little light shine. On a Monday,
He gave me the gift of love.
on a Tuesday,
His peace came down from above.
on a Wednesday,
He told me just what to say.
on a Thursday,
He taught me just how to pray.
on a Friday,
He gave me a little more faith.
on a Saturday,
He gave me a lot more grace.
on a Sunday,
He gave me the power divine.
to let my little light shine. This little light of mine,
Hallelujah.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Let it
This
shine.
little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Every day,
Every day.
every day,
Every day.
every day, in every way, I'm gonna let my little light shine. On a Monday,
He gave me the gift of love.
on a Tuesday,
His peace came down from above.
on a Wednesday, he told me just what to say. On a Thursday,
He taught me just how to pray.
on a Friday,
He gave me a little more faith.
on a Saturday,
He gave me a lot more grace.
on a Sunday, he gave me the power divine to let my little light shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Every day,
Every day.
every day,
Every day.
every day, in every way, I'm gonna let my little light shine.
Welcome back, children. Now let me ask you a quick question. Why do we use text features? When we're reading, why is it important for you to understand text features? Why? Because it will help you understand, especially when we are talking about a non-fiction book. Very good. Do you remember what a non-fiction is? If you forget, you can see it's about real things, real places. It has real pictures or photographs. It is about history. It's about places, It's about animals, sports, scientific investigations. But remember, it is real. Real does not mean a made-up story, like the story of Donald the Dragon that we read earlier. Can you remember some of the features that we went through? It's okay if you don't remember today, because we will keep reminding you as we go along. Like the ones we talked about. A nonfiction will have a title page, a table of contents, a heading and subheadings. It will contain a glossary. It will have an index. It will have words with bold prints. And of course, not forgetting real pictures or real photographs that were taken by a camera. Very good. We have an activity for you today. It will help you remember what a non-fiction book and a fiction book is. Remember, a fiction is about a story. It's about things that are not real. People can create stories. They can make up stories. You can think about a princess or a dragon, or you can think about things that you imagine, that you think about, and then you can draw a picture and write a story. Now that would be a fiction, or things that are not, what's the word? Real. Very good. The activity that I have for you today, as you can see, it has 2 columns. You only have three of our features that I would like for you to write about. I've given you 2 examples. As you can see on our headings, it says text feature, and on the other side it will have what does it do. I've given you the descriptions and the definitions of the first 2. A non-fiction book will have text features such as a title, and a title tells the reader the name or the title of the book. And it will have photographs or a photograph. A photograph, what did I say about that? Shows a real photograph of what the topic is about, which means real picture of a person or a place or things. Very good. Now, 3 of those features, you are going to have to do that for me. Do you remember what a glossary is? Of course you do. If you don't remember, you can find a book. Maybe next time when you go to school, you can go look for a non-fiction book and find where the glossary is. Great. It will have a table of contents and an index. Your job is to list what those ones do. What does a glossary do? What does a table of contents do? What is it for? What is it used for? And what will an index have? Now, before we finish our lesson for today, can you remember what a text form or features, what do they mean when we talk about text forms and features in a non-fiction book? Will you remember the difference? The differences between a fiction and a non-fiction book? It's okay, like I said, it's okay if you don't remember. I will give you a chance next time you go back to school. When you have a chance, when your class and your teacher, when you go to the library, you can actually help your teacher sort some books out. with the heading Fiction and Nonfiction. Remember, the text features of a nonfiction book will be, they will have real things, real places, and facts. They are full of information. And they will have real photographs. And they will have a table of contents. A glossary. N index. And it will have words with bold print. Very good. I hope you learned something from our team today and you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you very much for joining us. So faço e for.